Whoa, it almost kicked in again. What's going on? Hopefully is my mic working this time? Unlike last time where we were having some technical difficulties. What's going on? How's everybody doing today? It is Sunday. A little bit of a late stream because I kind of slept in. My bad. Apologize for that. So yeah, we're having a little bit later. We have new intro music. Rud Potts actually made that. If you guys are curious, he slapped that together. That was actually made by Rud Potts over there. Do a quick roll call, see who we got in the house right now. Scrolling on up. I see you over there, Scaper. What is happening in the Twitch there? Got Scaper. Oh, I see the one and only Budweiser. He is over there. Now we got Squirrel Masters, the pirate. What's happening here? Scrolling on. Jockwick Miner, what's happening over there? Here we are again. GE. Yeah. All Crypto 31. What's going down? We got Crossbow Mining. What else we got happening? Will Blappin 6778. What's going down? Bits Please YT. Jockwick Miner again. Morgans. What's happening? What do we got? Son of a Rabid Panda is back. I haven't seen you for a while. Have you always been here? Or are you under a new name? I don't know. Son of a Rabid Panda is back. What's happening? What do we got here? Bits Please again. We see Hot Crypto is in the house. What is happening? What do we got? Is it everybody? Oh, I see Crazy Seeker. What is that? Booze, ER, Maximus. What is happening? And it just jumped on me. What's going on? What's going on, everybody here? Yusuf Putz. Yusuf, what's going down? I think we got everybody. If I missed you, just yell at me. I see LLJ92. Not LL Cool J, but LLJJ. And so yeah. Oh, my throat's all messed up. What is going on? So Northern Crypto, I see you also. What's going on, everyone? How's everybody doing? And good stuff like that. What's happening? What's everyone up to? Hawk, what are you up to? What are you doing? You doing another massive expansion or something, huh? You guys are just taking over the world for mining hosting. Taking over. You're going to own the entire U.S. here pretty soon. Where all the cheap power places are anyway. Load it all. Everyone, head over to Hawk. Get some hosted in because power prices suck everywhere except for there. What do we got here? Drink some tea. Yeah, I should probably drink some tea. That'd be nice. That'd be nice to drink some more teas. How's my boy Greg doing? Which one's Greg? How's Greg doing? He put down 3 more containers. Just rocking it. What's all in a container? Like on standpoint, like I should just have Hawk on the channel. He can just explain all this stuff to us, like we're 5. I don't have containers. I can't slap a container in my garage, so I can't afford that. What do we got here? Electric is doubling from 4 to 7. What? 4 cents to 7 cents is still good. I'd be okay with that would suck though, because obviously if you use the 4 and it's doubling up, that would suck. But wow, how are you getting such cheap power? That's crazy. Terrahosting.io. Let's just slap a click on there. Slap some more onto here. Let's have a quick peek at the old Terrahosting.io. Oh, these bad boys. Oh, that's the container right here. Each one of these. Wow. Okay, so that's the container. Like, I don't like I get there's space for like all the rigs and stuff in them, but like, does it come in like there's like a circuit board and everything already pre-made in it? It's all you got to do is like pretty much wire it in and freaking slap in the rigs and turn them on. Like it's all ready to roll pretty much in a container. They're pre-built, ready for ASICs. I don't know, man. We haven't tried it. No, that's the original. Yeah, Terra is building mining high rise. High rise. This is the original. There's more? What's this? Client dashboard. Okay. Well, a dashboard actually looks pretty sweet. I don't even know if I have login for mine. Do I have login info for mine yet? I can't find it. That's actually a nice dashboard. I need to check all this stuff out. ASIC hosting. What we got here? You know what? I'm just gonna go like this. I sound like an idiot right now, so I'm just gonna copy this. I'm gonna send Hawk an invite link, and if he wants to jump on board, he can. If he doesn't want to, he has other things happening. That's okay. But I'm just gonna right here, bam, bam. See if he feels like joining the stream or not. It's up to him. Doesn't have to. I heard Texas is supposed to have cheap power. Is it Texas? Where is it? There's a lot of mining places right now because of that storm that's going on in the States. I don't know exactly where it is because obviously I don't live in the States, so I don't hear much about it. But I've been seeing like posts and news articles about this storm that's really crippling a lot of the mining facilities in the US, depending where they are, where a lot of big, big boys are shutting down due to this storm, which obviously is going to drop the difficulty. What adjustment is set to happen in just like a week's time or something. So we're supposed to see a pretty big difficulty drop on Bitcoin coming up. So interesting stuff. You need 15. What? 15 what? 15 megawatts? I need that too. uh, Texas got a bunch of ice. They got ice? Oh, wow. Didn't that happen a couple years ago? I remember, like, I don't know, was that in 2021 or something? I don't remember here. Oh, we got some inside tours here from Hobbyist. There's the hawk right there. Nice, nice. Now they got a lot of nice stuff going on here, that's for sure. Way over my head when it comes to mining out of my basement or my garage. That's for sure. Oh, you can join. It needs 15. Gotcha, gotcha. No problem, no problem. 50 minutes, I think he meant. Yeah, I see that there now. Send Red Panda. Yeah, I don't know where Panda is. Sometimes he shows up to the streams. Get him on board too, but he's not here, so he's busy doing something. He was streaming earlier, so I don't know what was all being happening there. But anyway, snow. It's northern Mexico across from New Mexico. Interesting. Wow, all the way from there. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow, that's a lot. Like that's crazy. Like where's like I'm gonna bring up my note here for a second. Because we looked at this the other day. Come into the mempool. Yeah. So like here, yeah, we're gonna have like a 15% drop in difficulty. So and it's gonna happen in about 6 days' time, February 8th, when I'm sleeping. So it's gonna happen when I'm sleeping. And we're gonna have like a 15% difficulty drop. That's pretty insane. What's the hash rate on Bitcoin right now? Like how much is let's go into mining pool stats here. Bring this up. Flash bang you guys for a second. I apologize for that. Come on. Load. All right. My internet sucks. Refresh. All right. Bitcoin doesn't even want to load. What's happening? Bitcoin load for us. Is my internet like down? Is something have major issues? No, that's not. Mining pool stats just broken or what? There we go. There we go. Nice. No, we're still at 1.1 zettahash, so I don't see where all this hash rate is going. Between the pools, we're at 1.1, but the network is saying it's at 854. So I don't know what's going on there, but we're still pretty darn high. You know, maybe we need a different. Let's just go Bitcoin hash rate. Bitcoin.com. What is this telling us we're at? Hash rate here. It's saying 835 also. Interesting. Interesting turn of events here. Bitcoin hash rate chart. Yeah, this is all saying 845. But mining pool stats is saying on the pools, we're getting 1.1 zettahash. So like if you add up all the pools, we're at 1.1 zettahash, but the network's at 854. So I don't know if a pool is mislabeling hash rate or something. I don't know what's going on here, but everything is saying that we're at the 800, which is, 150, 160 petahash less. Or actually, is it petahash? Where's my hash rate chart now? What's under freaking zettahash? Exahash, 150 and some exahash less than what's actually happened. So that's a decent amount of hash rate that's not on right now, according to most of them. So yeah, well, we're going to see a difficulty drop happening and the block should speed up. 714. So we'll see what happens there. Does it count solo home mining nodes? It should in the network side, not obviously in the pool side, but the network side should still register that hash rate to your own nodes. I would imagine so. I'd hope so. I'm not 100% sure, and that's a great question, but, like, I don't got very much here. We got what? I don't even know what my hash rate is. What is my total hash rate? Do I have to put in my address for it? Not saying what my total hash rate is here. Uh-huh. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know what my hash rate is. I guess we can get an idea here. I'm a this says 33, 30 to 33 terahash, depending on shares and stuff found. So obviously not very much. Like expected time to hit a block is never, but we'll see what happens. Rabid reads the chat. No, I don't. Where is it? Rabid, need link. Oh, didn't I DM it to you? I thought I DM'd it to you in Discord. Oh, there it is. I think I sent it to someone else. I sent it to oh, oops, yeah. My bad. I sent it to Smokey Dad. I didn't send it to Hawk. Smokey Dad would have appeared out of nowhere, be like, "Hey, what's going on?" Oh, that'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, so now I gotta figure out. I gotta get. I can just go to this one, I suppose. Adjust it to there. Hawk should be on soon. As soon as I see it notification, he should pop in here, and then yeah, he could explain to us all this stuff that's going on with Terra. Oh, what else we got going on? Well, we wait here. Let's take a look at some GPUs for a second. Things are rough. Things are rough. Things are very rough in the crypto world right now. It's wow. What the heck? What's my power price at here? 12-cent power. Oh, I hear a beep. I think it's Hawk. I think he's here. There he is.
Hey, what are you doing, buddy?
How you doing? What's up?
What's going on, man?
Not too much. Let's go back to the Terra website again.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I clicked on here. I'm somewhere. But yeah.
Yeah. So I appreciate you having me on. So I got the chat pulled up here so I could just read any questions. So yeah, so we expanded beyond that picture. So if you go to the Reddit page, I think, or on our Twitter page, you could see the new Giga containers that landed. It's not on the website. I haven't put it up there yet.
I'll find Twitter here. I think you can share screens also, but
yeah,
we'll see.
I think I don't know. Is this Restream? I've never used it.
Yeah, this is Restream. It's like StreamYard, I think, in a nutshell, but I think it's a little cheaper.
Let me see if I can. It's on the X page. She posted it on the X page. Probably just be easier. I don't know how to.
Yeah.
See, what are you thinking about Pinecone? An ASIC miner. I don't know that Pinecone was that the AnyBox thing. I don't know, man. That stuff's kind of.
Oh yeah, I don't understand what's going on there. I was actually going to record something there because I've been tracking the ROI on that thing, and I don't know if another pool popped. Like, there's been a whole bunch of crazy pointing fingers with that weird chain going on, but I don't even know.
I don't know. I've never. A lot of these like sideline projects, I feel like they just don't. They just ASIC sales and then they drop off and then that's it.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I don't even know if any's really sold because the network hash rate's still about the same.
Hobbyist posted the video, but yeah, it's right there. Those are the new Giga containers, and behind it, you could see if you put it full screen, you could see on it this custom AI song on it.
All right,
but you could see the right behind it are the
back in here
digital shovels up there. Those are the Gen 3 digital shovels. The reason why we got those aside from the two large containers is because they're low power units that can go in there because we can split off the other transformers safely. And then the two new Giga containers, which are the ones landing here, have their own transformer.
Okay, interesting.
So it's a total of seven containers total now.
And like inside, like it has the breaker box, everything is in here?
Everything's built inside. Yeah. So I'm going back up there this week. And I'm going to be doing another video on the inside. It's really cool because a couple of the guys sent videos in there, and it's like it looks like it's like the Apple of containers, which sounds expensive, but it's not. It doesn't sound as expensive. It's not as expensive as it looks. And these are the XL, so these are 1.3 megawatts each.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah.
1.3 megawatts for one of these.
Yeah, just one,
That's
yeah.
insane.
So it's they got their own dedicated transformers, and it's pretty good. So, and we're almost at capacity with one of those. So only one of them left. I got room for. I just had a
That's
guy take up
crazy.
most of the last one. So
Wow,
um,
that's crazy. Like, we see
yeah,
pictures and of things and overhead sky things of all these massive farms, Hut 8, and all these people, but, like,
yeah,
actually go through 'em and see it, like, how they actually work is something, like, I think a lot of us don't really know. I know hobbyists visit a lot of places. I've never been to one,
yeah.
but, like, it's just a neat seeing all that. It's crazy. It's
It
crazy the
is.
amount that goes into it.
It is. It took a while. You watched us kind of grow. It takes a
Oh,
while
yeah,
to,
for sure.
to build stuff like
Like,
this, and
I remember a long time when you first started this in,
Mhm.
like, was it a shop? And I remember you building that wind tunnel with all the plywood and
Yeah.
everything, and, like,
You know who helped me build
oh,
that? Two people had big input in there, and it was Bitsby Trippin and Chump Change helped me build that.
okay, okay,
And then
nice,
the
nice.
whole wind tunnel I just attached to it. Those were the good times, man. GPU mining was good. I
Yeah,
was hosting people there,
for
and I had
sure.
about 1,500 GPUs in that warehouse. That was the good times.
No, for sure. Then just yeah, like, just remember you starting there, and then where you guys are now is just mind-blowing.
It's it,
Mind-blowing.
it's perseverance. That you just can't give up. And but I could tell you that there was a couple times, you get nervous building stuff like this because there's a lot of competition, and Terra is
Oh,
considered
yeah.
still a smaller operation.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
we're trying to plant our flag and be amongst the larger hosting providers, and we're
Mhm.
working there. I mean, we're going to be 8 megawatts now with these two containers on, and then at the end of this year, we're slated to have a new transformer at the substation, our substation, which is dedicated on the other side of this video here. Um, that'll go up to 25, and then we're gonna knock down the fence that you see on the right here and expand
Oh, yeah,
another
this
yard
here?
across.
Jeez, that's crazy.
So ups and downs, while building a company, people come and go. Um, and it's all a part of it. I mean, for 3 years, we nobody took a paycheck. It was brutal.
Yeah.
It's what it took. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
and
Everything
we
going straight into it. Try and
we
get it
didn't.
going.
Yeah, we didn't want to. We really didn't want to just go anywhere just to get power. We wanted to own the land. We wanted to be a safe area. We wanted to be, in the best place possible that would give us the best chance for success. And this is on a retired military base that still has
Okay.
security contracts.
So
So
so you own the land too? You bought the
yeah,
land? It's
we
not
own
rented or
yep.
nothing? Oh,
Between
wow.
Terra and its partner, we own the land. Yeah, so there's no loans or anything. We don't owe
Yeah.
any money to banks or anything. So everything is ours, and that takes longer to build, but it's the
Mhm.
safest route because there's no one that's going to come here and Terra's 3 months behind on their bills. We're just going to lock up the site. They can't.
Yeah,
Nobody can do
exactly.
that,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
and that happens a lot.
that's something I never actually thought about, but yeah,
A
owning
lot
the land
that happens a
obviously be
lot.
better.
You would be so surprised how many people don't own their property that are hosting companies. And it's very risky. You get clients that send two, three, $400,000 worth of equipment, and you don't even have control of the property. God forbid something goes wrong. They just put a lock
Mhm.
on your door, and now all the machines are in there. I've seen it happen with a few different hosting companies. So
Wow, like,
you know,
what happened? Remember, who was it? It was back in F days, I think. Remember that big craziness going on with Compass? Like, whatever happened with that? What was that all about? Do you know?
it was something before they got restructured. They've been restructured since. They have a whole new regime over there.
Oh, they're still active then.
Yeah, they're still active, and they have a
Okay.
fairly large farm. They're still going, and those guys are cool. I've met them at the new guys there are doing really well. I've met them at the conferences. They had some sort of thing with dealing in other countries. I actually have a client that was in the middle of dealing with something with the old regime, and then they got restructured, and a bunch of stuff happened, and they're basically a brand new company at this point.
Hmm,
But they're doing pretty well. I mean, their
interesting.
repair services are awesome. A couple of those guys that do repairs there, they're doing really really well, man.
Oh,
Honestly, so
nice,
um,
nice.
they still have
So,
a decent sized farm.
I see all these louvers here on this side. How many rigs is, like, each, I guess?
So there's
Bitten one of these. Like,
on so what? How many ASICs fit in one container?
yeah, like
363.
363. Now I'm
Right
wondering.
around it. Yeah. You have to
Uh,
remove a couple slots because we have to put the switch gear in there. So,
okay,
but yeah, about 36. I think it's about 365. So
that's
right
quite a
around it.
bit. That's a decent amount of rig. So, like, I wonder, like, how does say upgrade? Like, when S19s come out and then they go to like S22s, they're
So
obviously more hash rate, but they have a whole
right.
bunch extra power in there. So that cuts obviously the capacity of
Yeah.
a container down
Well,
a bit. But
these containers are meant for high-powered units. So these containers, the reason why we got these containers is because these fit the S21 XPs. They're slotted for it. The other containers don't fit them, and they only fit them on certain sides because they're 30% larger than a traditional ASIC. For example,
okay.
they're 30% larger than an L9. They're huge.
Oh,
So
gotcha. Yeah, I've never had any of those
yeah, they're
big
really really
Bitcoin
big.
ones.
So you have to put them in specialized containers that will fit them, and these
Gotcha.
containers fit them. So we're moving actually all the S21s XPs from the other 4 containers into these, and then we're gonna do some shuffling around because we want to put the high power units in here because this is what it's designed for. So like each
Mhm.
one of these slots in here can go up to like 4,300 watts. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
geez. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
okay.
the DG2s, all the big units that are coming out now will go into these, and then the L9s and the
Mhm.
traditionally size A6 will go into the other container.
Gotcha. What about, what's that? What about that liquid cooled stuff that Bitmain has, those hydras?
The
You
hydros, yeah,
need, like
so, yep, so it's funny, just got a comment, first time 1392 has asked the same question. Yep, we are planning to go hydro. Right
oh,
now,
yeah.
with the
Yeah.
current infrastructure that we have, we're capped on air right now. So we have to wait for the expansion at the end of the year, and then Terra is going to be purchasing a large 40-foot hydro container.
Oh, okay. That
Here's
was
the
like the one
problem
of
with
those
hydro.
Bitmain ones, or is it different?
No, we're going to go probably either with Giga or Fbox. They seem to have the better quality. The Fbox one is amazing. It's got there's no plastics in it. It's actually a hybrid one, so you can fit the U-mounted hydros and you can fit the boxed ones that Bitmain sells. So like
Okay.
if somebody wanted to buy a U-mounted one, it could fit. But
Yeah.
the hydro is very difficult from a hosting perspective. It's the big boy game, and that's what I
Mhm.
call it,
Yeah.
because it's the hydro containers are almost double that of an air container. Plus, you need a backup generator to run the pump systems in case the power goes out, and otherwise, all that liquid is just going to sit inside those ASICs and cook, right? For it's not
Okay.
being
Yeah,
cooled,
yeah, you gotta keep them moving.
right?
Yep.
And a typical 40-foot hydro container can run up to 2 megawatts, just that one container. So it requires just one person to be dedicated on that. And I've been talking with like Crypto Mikkel, who works on a very large site, and he's had tons of experience with hydro. And he's just kind of telling me, hey, like, this is what we're dealing with. This, you avoid this. You know what I mean? And
Uh-huh.
so getting that insider knowledge, his wife works for Terra full time as the social media manager. So
Yeah,
she's
yeah, yeah, I seen that, yeah.
yeah, so she's, I'm in constant contact with Mikkel. I would love for Mikkel to come and work at Terra eventually, but we'll see where that lands
That's nice.
eventually. But
I didn't know Mikkel did that. Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, he works for I'm not I out of respect, I don't know if he wants people to know, but he works for a very large company, and
Mhm. Yeah.
he's very very good at what he does from the
Awesome,
hosting
awesome. No,
perspective. He
that's
knows the
awesome.
machines in and out.
Sweet.
So
That's the one thing I always wondered about, like, the Hydra, like, in your mind, do you think Hydra is better or worth it over
um
air cooled? Because, like, you need more power for it and, to run all those
here
pumps, like you said, like, is it
here's the thing.
worth the extra?
Well, it's a very good question. So it depends. It depends on the type of client. If I was going to go hydro, or anyone was going to go hydro, my recommendation would always be, you got to go, 50, 60 units, because when they break, it takes a long, the whole, you have to turn off some containers, you have to shut down the whole thing. Some containers you don't. The risk
Mhm.
with hydro from a hosting perspective, and you have to get OSHA certified, you got to get like spill protections, because now you have
Oh, yeah,
fluids that
yeah.
run up and down, and you can't,
That's
what
right.
type of fluid is running through the containers. Is it eco-friendly? If it's not, then you got to get certifications to run that. It's so involved with hydro. And if something, God forbid, something breaks inside the container or a pipe bursts, the whole container is going to go down. So
Yeah, and then you got the ground contamination, and
you
you
got
got
ground
emergency
contamination you have to worry about.
responses, and
It's a
oh yeah,
huge problem. So it is the future, and it's where we're going to go. We have to go there. I mean, it's either adapt or die in this industry, and we just have to make sure it's all up there. So hydro units are going to become very, very expensive. Hosting costs on hydro may be elevated because the extra cost to run the machines and have somebody there,
yeah,
it's going to be very
manpower,
expensive.
maintenance, yeah,
The maintenance is insane. So it's just kind of it's you're going to have to go hydro eventually, but I still think that there's going to be a huge market for the air cooled units because the maintenance on the air cooled units is significantly less. If something goes
mhm,
wrong, if something goes wrong in a hydro container, I mean, the whole thing could go down. I heard a horror story, not from Mikhail, but from someone else, that they had a major pipe just broke in the container and flooded the whole container, and
ouch.
it cost them, 100 grand just to fix it. I mean, you're talking about a container system that is $500,000 for a good one. You
Yeah,
know what I
like,
mean?
it's insane.
Um, so it, it is what it is, and from that perspective, but we need to make sure that we can do it safely, man. I have to make sure that I'm not just going to purchase a container, put it down, and just fill it with orders, and then something goes wrong, and then I'm responsible. Like I'm not.
Yeah,
We have to make
you
sure that
yeah,
it's done right.
for
I've
sure.
worked really hard on the company's reputation and making sure that everyone is satisfied, and but you gotta. It has to be done right. Can't just. It's definitely not like this. It's not like an air cooled container where you can just throw it down, tap comet into the concrete, hook up the transformer, and go. It's a little bit more involved.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I always wonder because you see the Bitmain hydras, and obviously they use a crap ton of power, but they also got crap tons of hash rate. Like, they're huge in hash rate, the three phase and everything. And like they're designed for their containers where, like if you got one, I imagine, someone at home that likes to play around with liquid cooled. So they can sure make their own loop and stuff for it. But they're designed for those specific containers where you pretty much just plug in, and it automatically has the loop through the containers built in within it, isn't it?
Right. It's a closed loop system, yeah, but they need servicing. Like the fluid
Mhm,
has to be serviced. The pump system, you have to make sure there's a redundancy for it. It's
mhm.
Then you have to change the liquid every so often, and
Yeah,
it's just over time. It's
like
a
oil
lot of maintenance.
changes and stuff.
Like
And
it's
then,
just
like,
insane.
but I imagine they have security things, like, I imagine each miner possibly has, like, say the miner started leaking somewhere in it or something, I imagine they have, like, plugs where you can isolate individual miners as well in those, or what?
Yeah, so like the F box is really cool that way, where like you can isolate like a couple machines. But the problem is that if the main system goes down, the whole thing is down.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
yeah.
just there's no way around it. It's just an expensive operation to do. But we're gonna
Mhm.
figure it out. We're gonna get it all taken care of, and we'll as soon as I have an update, we're gonna start taking hydro orders probably towards the end of the year. The infrastructure, we have to get the infrastructure added first, and right now the
Yeah, that's
demand on air
crazy.
cooled is still very high.
Oh, for
So
sure.
yeah, but definitely going to be the future of mining, especially with getting into the next halving. We're starting to see the pendulum switch the other way. I would say the industry right now is about 70% air cooled, 30% hydro, and it's like every year it's just like slowly moving
Moving over, yeah.
opposite, right? Because if
So
you
that
we're going to go to BTC Vegas this year, and last year, dude, it was just hydro containers everywhere. I mean, Moonshot had this awesome like U-mounted rack system with built-in hydro, and it's just it was awesome for like smaller operations or people that are building in warehouses. Um, Fbox was there, Giga had theirs, IntelliFlex had theirs, Fog Hashing had theirs. And the fog
Mhm.
hashing one is really good. There's no plastic on it either, and it's all copper piping. It looks beautiful. It's just where the industry is going to go eventually. Unfortunately, Bitcoin mining itself is just going to move farther and farther away from the home miner. It's just gonna
Oh,
it's
for
it's been
sure.
completely industrialized. I mean, only 30 to 40% of Terra's farm is BTC ASICs. So, because even at this level, it's difficult. So,
Mhm. Especially at the
um,
halving is gonna get rough on the next halving
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
That's the one thing I'm wondering though. Like they're all moving this to this liquid cooled generation, but like, is it in terms of power costs? Is it actually more efficient? Because
It can
not
be.
only are you running the miner, you're also running all these
Well,
pumps. So you add the
it's
power costs
right.
together.
It's all relative. So people look at the hydro containers and the hydro units and they go, "Oh man, it's 13 joules a terahash or 12 joules a terahash and it's really really efficient." Yeah, but it's using double the power.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm wondering about the total power cost of everything to
yeah.
maintain that.
Yeah, it's
So,
expensive. It's expensive. A decent hydro unit is, 5600, 6000 watts. So, now you're talking about completely different infrastructure that you have to have installed. Like,
mhm,
obviously we have three phase come, into single phase 240, which are in these containers.
mhm,
But when you get into hydro, now you got to start looking at three phase units. You have to, pump a lot more power in there because now each slot has to be retrofitted for that type of unit. The only thing I don't like about hydro is that depending on what kind of container you buy and what system you go with, you're pigeonholed to that. So
mhm.
like Bitmain's got those rectangular boxes. Um, and they're really cool, like the S21 XP Hydro, the S23, all except for that 1.16 petahash unit. They're all like rectangular boxes. They have containers that are just designed for those, and then they have containers that are designed for like the What's miner, which is a U mounted rack. Um, and then now Bitmain's moving towards the U mounted. So it's like if you get a client that says, "Hey, I want like that one, yeah. So I want 100 of these, right?" And
Mhm.
cool. And then you get another guy that says, "Well, hey, I got 150 of the What's miner U mounted ones." If you don't have the right setup or a hybrid setup, you can't. You have to pick one or the other. It's not like, "Hey, I got an L9 and I got a KS7 I want to plug in. I could take both of those guys." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're the same form factor. But when you like right there, so you see like the U3 S23H, like that's a different form factor than the one on the left. So the containers
Yeah, they're
sometimes are
totally
either
different.
are retrofitted for that one or the one to the left. And then you run into that problem of, well, how do you do this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how do you gauge it? So what I'm doing now is I'm kind of going through with clients and people that want to do hydro and say, which units are you guys interested in? Because the majority is going to win this. And then if I have, at least 150 to 200 pre-orders or people that are dedicated to do it, then I'm going to order the container and we're going to start ordering units.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is not the onesie. This is not the onesie twosie game either, though. So it's so hard to gauge. I mean, we just got to do it right. Just got to take time. Can't rush into it. It's gotta be done right. But if I get a guy that says, "Hey, I got 300 and I'll take the S23 Hydro, I'll buy 300 of them and fill up a container," I'll order it tomorrow. So it all comes down to that, man. Price will dictate where BTC goes. If the price is 20K, you go bankrupt only home miners win.
So
Um,
does this say 11,000 watts? Yeah,
it's
11,000,
huge. Yeah, it's 1.16 petahash. It's insane. That's insane. That unit's probably around $20,000 to $30,000.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work
Oh, there
out
it
the
is.
quick.
34. Yeah, there it is. 34,800.
Yeah,
There you go. Never mind. See it.
yeah, where's my pencil here? So according to this, like, uh, I was doing some numbers, transferring this into gigahash. It's about 105 gigahash per watt.
Hmm.
So that's for that. And I just want to, you
That's
take
9.5. They're advertising 9.5. It's very efficient, but you got to pay 11,000 watts worth of electric, and it's that's going to go up too. So it's relative. So it's
yeah,
like, oh yeah, this makes great money. It's fantastic. Yeah, and you might be in the money, but
yeah. No, where's
you
like an
know,
where's a normal air cooled S20? I guess XP.
yeah, that's the XP is the latest one. The S23 air cooled series, I don't think is coming out, and I think the L11 got canceled. Um,
Yeah, yeah. What? Yeah, I saw you posted something about that a while
Yeah,
ago.
the L11, they made the limited production, but I think they stopped it because I personally, I think Bitmain just does this to, hurt the competition. They hear that Ice River's working on a script ASIC. They hear the DG2 is coming out from AlphaPex. It's supposed to be out,
Was
in
Ice River
February.
working on a script now too?
Yeah, we heard that last year. So
Oh, okay.
it's
I
funny
heard
because
about the Bitcoin mine. I haven't heard about the script one.
they're working on a script one. They did come out and say that at BTC, um, he did say it's funny because they came to the booth and they're like, oh, representatives came up and they're like, hey, we're working, on a script. We see that, this is a majority of where small operations are going and blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, it is. And I'm like, you better fix your thermal paste issue before you make a script ASIC. This is not Kaspa. I said, you get destroyed here. Like the Kaspa community is a lot smaller, and no disrespect to Kaspa, but it's the community, but it's a lot smaller than like the Litecoin Doge community because it's been around longer. And I'm like, if you make a crap unit now with bad thermals and people have issues with their ice rivers and you get into that game, no one's gonna buy the unit. A couple Reddit posts, a couple tweets, a couple people complaining about it, YouTube videos, no one's gonna buy it. I said, you better get that under control because you can't use that sticky gum paste that you guys were using on the KS0s and the KS1s, 2s, and 3s. Aloe Miner says, I don't have any ASIC hosted. I will buy one from Terra. The L9 is a proper way to start. Listen, I think the L9 is a perfect way to start. It's the only unit that can sustain these kind of market swings, even with the given hash rate. And you can get paid in BTC, go to PowerPool, get paid in whatever you want. We offer a 20% discount on the hosting fees from PowerPool. For smaller operations, I think it's better. That's just me personally.
Oh, you got a thing going on with PowerPool?
Yeah, we have a 20%. We have a partnership with PowerPool. We're actually going to be with them at BTC Las Vegas.
Oh, nice.
We have a booth together. We're coming together as a partnership on a large booth. And they're going to be sponsoring the pool side. And then we're just going to be the hosting. We're going to kind of have this all wrapped in package. I've been working with Rabid and Matt on getting everything designed. I'm waiting for the booth designs to come in so I can order the background and get everything started. But yeah, they'll be there.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, PowerPool. I like PowerPool.
It's a custom Stratum link that we have too, so it's not a referral code. So you just mine to our Stratum port, and you get the discount automatically. Right now, I think at Terra we have, let me see, we have 8 terahash in script on there and about 20 petahash of Bitcoin. So it's smaller, but most of the clients have moved over and are saving that. So
I was doing some quick numbers here while you're talking, and like between the S21 and this big guy here, so the S21 was like 74 gigahash per watt, and this thing is 105 gigahash per watt. So yes, a lot more efficient. Now, how much extra power in terms of pumps do you think you would need?
Well, the pump systems are not expensive. It's just, you're moving a very light liquid around. So it's about 10 to 15,000 watts that you would need extra to run a pump system, depending on the size of your container. So, but then you need
and that's for the entire container?
Yeah, it's not as much as you think. No, it's not.
So then so you start stacking these up, then that pump cost actually, it still becomes more efficient to run this liquid stuff.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Okay.
It's just the cost. You're talking, 35, 40 grand a unit, and how many do you fit in a container that are like that? You could probably fit 150, 200. I mean, it adds up. It's a few $1 million.
So yeah, so that's what I mean. Like that's what I always talk about. Like I always like to look at efficiency and numbers, especially as home miners and stuff. But and it always is like, oh, why would I buy? It's a lot. Let's same argument. Why is some people like, why would I spend an extra $2,000 on this miner just because it's more efficient than this miner? And that's the very thing. They're spending all the extra money for that efficiency. Efficiency is what you need in order to make anything on Bitcoin. So it's worth the extra cost investment.
I agree. Someone mentioned Quai in there, Aloe Miner. What was interesting is I haven't really announced this yet, but I'll let you guys know. Is I had a long talk with the Quai guys. That's pretty funny. It rhymes. They're nice guys, and they're really nice. They're sending units to Terra, and we're going to give them a little bit of special access so they could test their units. So there's going to be an upcoming partnership with Quai and Terra where the Quai guys are purchasing ASICs. They're sending all different types, and they want to be able to test it on their systems, and they need a place and a reliable place to host it. So we had a really good Zoom call. I sent them a hosting agreement. Everything's good to go. I'm just waiting for them to send over their stuff. So we're going to be working with them and helping them improve their script mining, their SHA-256 mining, and all that stuff. They needed a reliable provider, and shout out to the hobbyists for the introduction on that. So so we're going to be working with them. I've kind of changed my perspective on that project a little bit. I thought it was a EcoBro GPU save GPU mining type project. Those guys want to go a lot bigger than that.
They want all miners. They want to help miners.
Yeah, they do. And I
that's what I really like about them as well, because they're trying to make it all mining for miners profitable somehow, and like they're finding a way to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think what they're trying to do is great. And again, I thought they were just like GPU centric stuff. And look, I say what you want about the GPUs. GPU mining's gone. You know, CPU mining is like hanging on by a thread, and it's like ASICs are just going to survive the runs. So I applaud them. We had a really good conversation. I told them flat out on the call, like, I was a critic. I'm being honest. I was a critic because all I've heard of these projects, GPU this and GPU that and GPU this, and if people think Ethereum killed GPU mining, Ethereum was the catalyst. The AI boom killed it, put the nail in the coffin for GPU mining. That's what really happened. And I'm glad that Quai is going that way with ASIC. So we're going to help them. We're going to give them special access to their units so they can read the logs and test their units whichever way they want. I got to work with our networking on-site manager to make sure that we can safely do that and uphold our compliances and stuff that we have. So
do they have a nice chunk of script hash rate coming?
A lot of people here, I can tell you right now, a lot of people at Terra are on the Quai on the Quai stratum. So they're mining to it, I think, through either Cryptex or the only thing like Zapirate said earlier, the only thing that people are worried about is the 14 or 15 day payout window.
Yeah.
For me, that would be and I'm just being honest, and I told them this. That's the thing that worries me. Is, hey, like, people, what if the price goes down?
Exactly.
That's a lot of people worried about that, and I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to prevent a run on the project, where people they'll just sell right away, right? And I get it. That would be my only concern, but I guess they have a plan to combat that in the future. They want to I think they're going to maybe change it by the sound of the conversation. So currently at Terra on Cryptex, I have about 28 people that are mining to that on their L9s. I'm trying to see if I have any more. Slowly people have moved over to it, but again, it's that 14-day payout that everyone's kind of worried about.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just tell everybody, like, look, at Terra, you can mine to wherever you want to mine to. As long as I had a couple pools that we had to ban because they were trying to reverse stratum or reverse connect into our network, and I immediately banned them. Yeah, so like some people try to connect to like these custom pools or these different pools in different countries, and there is a way for them to reverse into the network. We have excellent network security, so the guys caught it and they banned it immediately, and I just got to call the client and say, hey, you can't use this pool. I've only done that twice. But it does happen. Sorry, I'm missing the chat here. If there's any questions,
that makes me wonder. That's a whole new ball game of stuff. Like, I wonder how many people didn't catch something. Like, could like a scammer be coming up, or someone that's trying to steal from a hosting facility, send rigs there just to try it and be like, all right, now we're gonna hijack something or do whatever. And what if it's not caught? What could happen?
It's possible. Yeah, they could, if you don't have the type of, if you don't have a good network security, and you're just kind of running, a TP link router and all this mess, you know what I mean? And no management. You can, not saying that firewalls are just deterrents. You know that they're not, nothing's bulletproof. So, you just have to be able to detect it and shut it down quick and slow that person in. It has happened. I've heard of farms that people have gone in, they'll, reverse SSH into in there quietly, and then they'll just go into each ASIC, because most places that don't have network security, they leave
and stuff.
Yeah, they just leave the passwords on the ASICs as root. And they'll just go in and change it, and no one's the wiser until a client 2 or 3 days that might not be paying attention picks it up. So it's always just easier to set the firewalls, have a good network stack, have the proper security protocols in place, have a redundant internet. Like we have redundant internet there. So if God
For
forbid
sure.
someone was trying to get in on the IP, we'll just shut it off and switch everybody over to the other one, and then
Yeah.
now you're locked out. So
That's probably interesting because you said you contacted that client. I wonder if he was like, "Oh, okay, sorry," or if he was like, "Damn, they caught me."
no, I highly doubt it. It's because everyone gets stuck on these fees, man. Like people will look at the pools and go, "Oh, 0 fee on this pool. I want to mine there." And you got one unit. You're stepping over dollars to get the pennies. And if you got 100 or 200 units, then yeah, like the pool fee is going to make a huge difference. But on one unit, you're talking, penny, 50 cents a month, maybe, $1 a month, like depending on what you're mining. And it's just not. It's stability is always key, and I always stay with keeping things stable. So if you're on Nice Hash or you're on PowerPool, and they're charging you 1 or 2%, but you're stable and the units are up, and like my highest uptime at Terra is like 143 days. This guy has not touched his unit, okay, hasn't even rebooted, and he's like, "Oh, I'm thinking about switching pools." I'm like, "Dude, look at this uptime. Like, leave it alone, because by the time you switch things around and you're doing this, you're just losing money. The money that you lost switching pools is the fee." So Zapirate says my rig has been rock solid, can't complain. Yeah, everyone's up. So
My L9's been there forever, rock solid.
yeah, except for that Avalon you sent me. I don't know what happened with that thing. I tried to fix it, but
I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, I got it now, and frickin', I should have just told you to throw it in the bush because the import fees and stuff is like $500.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that's the problem with a lot of these units too, like Avalon. Like it's hard to find people to fix these things. I'm just checking the chat real quick. I heard you mention actually the winter storm. So I want to touch on this a little bit because what's going on with
that? Because you're there, you hear about all this stuff.
So we had an issue with the storm. We volunteer for a program that during the state of emergency for the state of Indiana, we offered to curtail part of our farm only for a state of emergency. And that is to help reroute the power. So for like 4 days last week, we had to shut down part of the farm. We did maintenance on the first day because we kind of like to mix it together. We'll shut this down. We'll change filters in this container.
And we'll just use it to your
we'll do maintenance period, right? But then they needed it for 3 more days. So, it was only half a megawatt, so it wasn't like a big deal. But it helps reroute the power to the local towns and people that need it because everyone's keeping their heat on, and it's early morning hours. So what you're seeing is a lot of people from these major companies, they get paid an exorbitant amount of money to curtail. So I'll give you an example. This is why large farms and hosting companies curtail. They curtail because let's say they pay 2 cents. Then when they curtail, they get paid back 4 cents.
What?
Oh yeah. So so they make hosting companies will make tons of money curtailing units.
Okay.
Sometimes people get into these contracts and the contracts are really good. You know what I mean? And they'll say, "Oh, well, you need to curtail your farm 2 days out of the week," and then they'll just shut down and they get paid a lump sum of money for that. And but that wasn't our model at Terra. But going into it, we need to build good relationships with the power company. So we volunteered.
Sure.
We volunteered for the emergency one only, and that was to help reroute power to the local town. Other than that, even with the 4 days, we still maintained a 99% uptime. So
nice,
which is really good. So if people always wonder why farms shut down and they curtail, that's why. That's why they do that. Great. They make crazy money just on the back.
I didn't know they're getting paid. I thought, okay, they just got to shut down because the grid needs more power. But
no, they get paid. They get paid. It's most of it's voluntary. Like certain power companies will require you to do it at large loads. And people don't know this till after they build their infrastructure. A lot of people do things backwards. Going into this facility, we knew that it was not a requirement, but there's local politics and stuff. You have to play ball. And it looked really good on the company and our clients that we helped local communities save them power and it saves on their power bill too if we reroute some power. I mean, you can only imagine like this, they're small towns. Half a megawatt was enough, right? So
Yeah.
and we're running 5.5 over there now. So it's but that's what when hosting companies do that, they make tons of money. That's primarily why they do it. That's why they have like Terra's got the highest SLA in the hosting industry. I haven't seen anybody higher than us. We're at 97%. I guarantee you 97%.
That's SLA. That's the uptime.
No, SLA is a service level agreement. So that's guaranteed that your units are guaranteed not to go below 97. And if they do go below 97 for whatever reason, you get credited back money. The highest I've seen is 95, 94. Because 1 hour, 1% of downtime is 7 hours per month. So
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But anyway, sorry, we kind of got on a rant on that. But
no, that's all right. That's interesting. I had no clue about that. There's so much going on when you're doing a hosting company. Like
there's
so much stuff.
There's a lot to it. A lot of people think it's easy. It's not easy. It's you have to have a good team. Doing it by yourself is ridiculous. You should never do that by yourself.
Yeah, that's
get a good team. Get good people behind you, and it's great. Rude Put said, he asked me how the kids are doing. Great, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm just checking the chat, making sure I answer any questions that comes in.
Alu Miners ask you, what is the best ASIC to buy right now? What do you think the best ASIC
the L9, man? It hands down. The script L9, mining for small operations into BTC or whatever you want. It's just been so consistent. Even right now, even with this market pullback, I mean, at let's see, I'll put 9 cents just for the sake of numbers. At 9 cents, the L9 is still doing about $4 to $5 a day. Yeah. So. And it's just the most consistent moving forward.
I agree with that. Script, I think, is probably the go-to for a while still.
It's going to be the go-to. And the beautiful thing about it is that the entry point for script ASICs is it's still very high for most major corporations. They won't spend, what's up, Brad? They won't spend the money for the script ASICs. And also, 1,000 script ASICs on the network does not have the impact that 1,000 BTC ASICs has on the network, pound for pound. Now we saw a farm in Texas ordered 1,000 L9s. It was 0.0001% of the entire hash rate. So yeah, it's nothing. So the script mining, in my opinion, because it's not just Litecoin and Doge anymore. It's 16 different coins that these projects are mining. And if you go to Coin Wars, I think, and you look at the hash rate, it kind of looks like a heartbeat all the way through. And that's because everyone's merge mining. So up until 6 months ago, it was like this steady increase, kind of looking like the Bitcoin difficulty and hash rate. And then all of a sudden it just got choppy like this all the way through. And that's because everyone's just doing this merge mining stuff. And it's leveling the hash rate out, which is good because it stabilizes profits long term.
Because when you're merge mining,
it's switching back and forth.
Yeah, there's
a lot of pools are doing that.
Coins on script, right?
There's a lot of coins on script.
There's lots of coins, but I think there's 4 or 5 main coins, and that's stuff where mining Dutch bounces back and forth. But all the other merge coins are merged with all those main coins. But when you're mining Digibyte, you're not mining Litecoin. You're still mining Doge and stuff like that. Right. So the bouncing around is probably Digibyte to Litecoin to, I can't remember some of the other ones, but
there's all kinds of
that around.
Yeah, there's all kinds. So if you go to the Dogecoin hash rate, if you pull up I don't know if you might have to Google it, but if you can pull up the hash rate, you could see it's and people ask me oh, well, I want Bitcoin. I'm like, well, you buy one Bitcoin miner, man, you'll never make your money back. And my hosting rates are competitive. And I said, you really got to be at 4 cents electric to even make it back on Bitcoin. I say, get an L9. It's consistent. They're better made. They'll last a lot longer. I have over 800 L9s at Terra. I've had one with a bad hashboard. One. I've had a few bad power supplies. I've had one with a bad hashboard. So,
they built their L9 pretty good.
Yeah, they built the L9 solid. It's super solid. So,
see through mining pool stats.
Mining pool stats, I feel is not, I don't know.
It's misleading a lot.
It is misleading because
especially sometimes it looks like 75% of the hash rate dropped off, and really it's 2%. Charts here.
Let me see if I can send it to you. This is the one that I use. So if you go to Yeah, so coinwars.com. If you go to the hash rate chart, like right now, Dogecoin's reading at 2.4 on the whole network. I don't know where 3 is. They're getting 3. That's got to be an API error. So what I'll do is I'll put it in the chat so people can look at it too. So it's in the chat there, in the YouTube chat. But there you go. Yeah, that's it. So that's what I'm saying. That's all merge mining. That's all merge mining. Pools turning off and on. If you go to like 6 months, go to the 6 months. Right underneath where it says Dogecoin hash rate chart. There you go. You could see, look at the difference. So up until like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago is when the merge mining really started to kick in, because it stabilized. It just became more fees for the pools. Obviously, it's not a secret. And then it leveled the playing field.
On my birthday.
Yeah.
January 3rd.
How many L3s? We don't have any. I need one L9 hashboard to make it home. Make it into I need one L9 hashboard. You know what's funny, Zach37? I have yet to find a L9 hashboard that I could just buy and hold as a spare part. I can't find it. I can't find it. I went to Zeus. I went to all these different suppliers, and I just can't find it. And it's insane. But I think the merge mining and stuff and all that is
that's why I'm curious about Quai. Rewinding back to Quai, helping miners and everything. I think a lot of people at first, the 14-day thing obviously is the biggest thing for miners, but also when they first started announcing this, a lot of people were just referring it straight back to Cubic. Cubic is doing this with XMR. They're just taking the funds from there and paying out in Cubic and stuff. But the thing with Cubic and every other chain out there, they went through their halving events and stuff, and they're paying miners still got halved. Quai, on the other hand, the only coin to ever do this, they increase their emissions to pay miners, and everyone's like, oh, inflation of the coin, it's gonna high bosh it and drop it, and miners just gonna sell it all to zero, and that was that. But as soon as the payments started coming out, that's when the price started increasing. So it's very interesting there that they're doing everything actually miners have ever asked for, and it's still working.
It's gonna take time.
Oh, for sure.
It's gonna take time to see if it really works, and I hope it works. I used to say all the time, like, I'm like, guys, GPU mining's gone. It's not gonna work. Like, oh, you're so pessimistic. You don't, you just want it to fail. I'm like, no, I want it to win. I'm just not selling you the hopium.
Yeah, it's
if a project comes out and if Kaspa went to $1 tomorrow and GPU mining and ASIC mining were both profitable like it was on Ethereum, right? Then I'd be the happiest guy in the world. I might even reopen GPU hosting at Terra. But I hope that happens because everybody's happy. It's just I don't want to sit there and go.
A lot of hope for him, but that never happened.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sit there like, look, I'm very honest with people when they call Terra. They're like, hey man, I got this unit, and I bought this S19 86 terahash. It was a call I had the other day, and I want to host it at Terra. And I'm like, brother, with all due respect, you'll make no money here. He's like, what do you mean? He goes, that unit is not profitable. I said, and you'll never make the money back on that unit. It's making pennies a day. And he goes, but what if I hit a block? I want to solo mine. I'm like, brother, I mean, I'll plug it in if you want, but you're going to burn about $200, $220 a month trying to do this. And it's fine. I just want you to know that I'm not going to sit here and tell you you're going to get rich like some of these other companies do. Because dude, look, everybody does research on everyone's company. There's hosting companies, okay, that the minute you call, it's sell. They're only as good as their next sale.
Yeah.
And that's not us. I'm only as good. Listen, at Terra, it's a $100 setup fee, no deposits, nothing. Your success is my success. So if you do well, I do well. If you're not mining, I can't bill you. So it doesn't behoove of me long, being a decent person and doing all that stuff. As a business, for me to just sell doesn't do anything for me. I have to make sure that you're in a good position to be successful, because then that makes my company successful. So it's a partnership more than it is a client business relationship.
For sure.
I've had people like Desert Miner who started with 1 unit and he's got 33. You know what I mean?
Crap.
So yeah. So like people they move up, and it's because, hey man, I'm thinking about getting this unit. Hold on, price dipped. New price is coming out tomorrow night. Let's see what we get. You know what I mean? it's not always about the sales, man. And that's how these companies are made, because they charge such a low margin on the electric, and they rack up. I'm not going to mention my competitor, but I have a competitor that charges nearly double on the ASIC, but the hosting fee is really low, right? Then check this out. So people are like, oh yeah, it's 7 cent electric. It's great. Yeah, but if you take the difference that I charge you for the ASIC versus them, and you amortize it over the year, I charge 8.5 cents, 8.75, depending, or 8.25, depending on how many you have. That 7 cents turns into like 13 when you take the extra $2,000-$3,000 they're charging on the ASIC and you spread it over the year of the contract.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. It's a terrible model. Numbers. I don't know how these people have. I mean, I know how they did it, because it's they were, some of them were the first of the industry, and they just created the model, and that's how what people got used to. Yeah. So past a certain point, you get successful, but moving forward, it's not a sustainable model. It's not a sustainable model for growth. It can't be. Your clients are paying double for the unit. They just want cash up front. It takes me 3 months to realize anything on a client. That's risk. That's huge risk. So when people say, oh, what do you got to lose? Here. You know what I mean? This right here. You leave tomorrow, I lose, and that's the end of it. So it's all about building with the community, and building with people, and understanding like, hey man, like these people got skin in the game with you. They're not just gonna turn you off or charge you for anything else. Like if we replace the power supply, I send the client the logs for it, saying, hey, machine was showing voltage issues, we replaced it for you.
Yeah.
I try to do it right, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. So rant over.
Fucking Rabid rant. Let's go. Now, the one thing I was talking about Quiet though with Dogecoin, I asked earlier about if you had any idea how many script miners they were bringing in, is because I think if they can get a bunch more Dogecoin hash rate, script hash rate, that we could really see the price increase, because that's obviously the second largest coin in emission. So if they can pull a big chunk of money out of this and put it into Quai, that'd be huge for miners in terms of profitability.
I think Quai's got a chance to do something good. I just hope that they stick to their fundamentals, and I mean this in a general sense, and they don't pull a Radiant or anyone else that sold their soul to some large company or anything like that. I hope that if they just stay true to what they do, and to be honest, talking to them, it seems that they might do that. They're very open. It wasn't anyone hiding behind a Zoom call. Everyone saw each other's faces. We got to know each other, and I got a lot more confidence in their project recently. Jock Miner says, Hawk, my question is, with so much power, why not install EV chargers? Where we are, there wouldn't be many people stopping the charge, to be honest with you. It's on a retired military base that you have to get access to enter. There's no public access to our facility. And we wanted that because we're also an HPC data center company. We're building a 12,000 square foot data center adjacent to the mining side. That does
data center or AI center?
Both. It's going to start with all the AI stuff that we have now, because we have private clients for the AI side.
So are you going to be pulling in like the B300s and stuff?
We're looking currently at a few different GPUs. I know there's, I focus more on the ASIC side. My partner, Mike, GPU Risers, he kind of spearheads the AI side. But he's been looking at some of the Blackwell stuff, the A6000 Pros, or the 6000 Pros, excuse me, not A6000, and the servers and stuff like that. It's a completely different game.
Oh, it is. Like, I don't know if you missed that. I was talking to Yeti a couple weeks ago about that. And we were doing hash rate tests on 8 B300s and stuff across some crypto coins that he got.
I saw that I popped in.
But like he was talking about, like all his stuff is ROI, like fast. That he got. But it's a very expensive upfront cost. But like we were running some of the numbers for like some of those racks. Like it's like a megawatt or more rack, but like it's like $4 million for a rack full of stuff. But you can pay it off in over a year, just over a year, like 1.2 years or something.
It's expensive.
Insane.
You're talking,
but the upfront cost is huge.
It's huge, and it's a completely different game.
I I know, like people are asking in the chat dude that they're like, well, how often you rent it, how you rent it. Like, we're not talking
Well,
crypto AI with
yeah,
rental.
no,
We're
we're not
talking
talking
like
about
these
that.
things are rented all
Yeah.
the time.
So we're on a
Like,
private, we have a broker that works with companies that need compute. And this could be medical facilities, this could be colleges, it could be aircraft engineers. We don't know, right? And but he gives us kind of a hint, and that they rent these things sometimes just to have the availability. So Terra's AI farm on the enterprise level stays about 85 to 90% rented most of the time. And it's funny because I'll go to the Melbourne location, which we're going to end up moving to Indiana. That's Terra Compute. It's a completely different company, and under the same umbrella. But
okay.
I go there and
Compute.
I'm like, I call Mike and I'm like, hey, these GPUs aren't spinning. There's like nothing going on because they're built. Currently, a few of them are still on open air frames. We're transitioning into servers, and he's like, yeah, they're rented though. And I'm like, you get so used to being a GPU miner that when something's not spinning, something is wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, he's like, no, they're rented, man. Leave them alone. And I was like, oh, sweet. And then you start to realize like getting into this game is really expensive. I mean, I can't go into too much detail because for obvious reasons, but you're talking servers to do it the right way. A server of 8 cards is 90 grand.
Yeah.
And you got to build, 42U racks. You got to do 20 of them. It adds up. And but they make crazy money. Would you move to Little Illinois, Hawk? What's Little Illinois? I don't know what that is. Sorry, I'm missing the chat. Shout out. Oh, I see John's in here. Luke's in here. What's up, guys? I see Frank stopped by, our CEO. What's up, Frank?
The pirate asked, though, what's the most annoying ASIC to host?
Oh my God. Right now, it was the K7. I'll never do another. I use them as target practice. I'll never do it again.
I forgot about that miner. What was so hard? What was so bad about that thing? They just blow up or what?
It's just poorly made. They all fail. The failure rate's 50% or higher. It's awful. The one I'm having issues right now is the S19K because it does not like the cold. It hates the cold. So the temperature sensors get all wacky and then it doesn't want to mine. So what I had to do was Todd from BBT works with us very closely and helps us with repairs. Luke does our repairs as well, Lukewarm Mining. And then we also have another repair tech that we just brought on as well. And Todd was telling me that we have to switch out the temperature sensors. I'm like, well, how much are they? They're like $2 a piece. I'm like, well, order like 100 of them and let's fix these units. So Todd's actually actively working on that now to put better temperature sensors in there so they'll mine in the cold. And you would think that Bitmain would have fixed this problem, but they didn't. And a lot of the S19Ks are meant to be throwaway units. And because the heat sinks are soldered to the chip. So how you fix that? You can't. So the boards are made of cheap aluminum. You throw them in the garbage and then you just replace them. That's what the S19Ks were made. I think it was a model that Bitmain was trying to do, where it would be maybe cheaper to replace than cheaper to fix. I think they tried that, and I think it was rejected heavily.
Probably. Oh, my miner blew up. I can't fix it. I'm not buying this.
So Luke said Venus, you could just disable them. We actually work with Venus. We have a white label firmware now through Venus, which is pretty cool. Venus works really good on certain machines, does not work really good on others. And we have to be very careful. Looks like you could just bypass it. It's true, you can bypass it, but you have to be careful doing that because if there is something wrong with it and it is overheating, we need to know. So the safer option long term is just to solder a new temp sensor on it and see if you can get it going. But Luke did introduce me to the Venus guys and got us our white label. So thank you, Luke. How many L3 are you hosting? 0. Not hosting any L3s.
3 is L3 plus.
Hawk, check Seaside Air Services in Wellington. They specialize in geothermal heating and cooling. I'm sure they would work and come up there with geothermal power generation too. Oh, dude, I'll check that out. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it.
Don't play Bitmain unless it's an L9.
Yeah,
L9s are good.
Yeah, the L9s are great, man. Bitmain, it's their S class. You know what I mean? It's their S class Mercedes. They know it's the top seller, one of their top sellers aside from the Bitcoin stuff, and it's great. But yeah, the S19K Pros, they were just an awful machine, and a lot of them failed. ASICs are temperamental. They're like sleeping babies. Speaking of which, my daughter, I think, still sleeping.
Oh,
And they're like sleeping babies. You don't want to, once they're in a spot, you don't want to move them because then they get all wacky. And we saw a lot of that with the S19K. So
they're Code
S21 XP.
43 Radeon 7s.
Yeah. Oh,
Kinda.
speaking of which, there's a guy who, an old GPU client that had Vegas that he never didn't want to ship back to the UK, and we still have them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. They're just old Vegas that are just sitting in this R8. I got to figure out what to do with them.
Oh, yeah.
No Bitmain Bitcoin miners. That is yes. L9 for life. It's made so well. You can feel the difference too when you pull an L9 out of a box and you pull like an S21 out of a box. You'll feel the difference. Now the XPs are good. Don't get me wrong. I've seen consistently. I've seen board issues and power supply issues almost pretty frequently. And what we do at Terra is we have a large supply of parts. So probably too many parts. And I just swap them out for clients. And then if that unit is under warranty, we'll handle the warranty on that unit as well. So I'll give someone a power supply and then we'll warranty the power supply. And then we'll just get it sent back and then we'll write their name on it and that's theirs. You know what I mean? And if something goes wrong. So Jacques says, send them to me. Yeah.
Alu Miner says, what about the L11? That's one that was discontinued.
L11's
right?
gone. They're not making it anymore. It's only going to be the hydro unit. They did do a limited production of the air cooled. I think they realized that it was meant with extreme rejection, being that it's only 1 to 2 gigahash more for double the price. I think it was a terrible mistake by Bitmain.
And so much sooner after the L9. Like,
yeah. Right. If you look at the pattern, right, it was about 4 years we had the L7. Right. So the L9 came out, the L11's coming out 2 years after the L9. And I'm just sitting there going, something's not right here. And it was funny as I was talking to Panda about this. And I think personally, it was just a dig to hurt AlphaPex and Ice River. That's all I thought it was. Because now there's rumors that Can-Am might be coming out with a script ASIC. I'm hearing that through the grapevine. And Can-Am has stepped up their quality on their units. Their new units are fantastic. And they're running two-fan and they're quiet. Yeah.
Like their what is that? What's their new one?
A16 XP, I think it's called.
Yeah.
300 terahash. And it doesn't scream like a Bitmain unit. And a lot of people think the whine on the Bitmain units is the fans. It's actually the wind hitting the heat sinks causing a vibration. Yeah, most of it is. Not all of it, but most of it is. That's what causes it to whine because the heat sinks sometimes, the way that they're made, it causes a resonance frequency when it goes through the ASIC and it causes it to extremely vibrate. And I think that's I think it's a design flaw. I think it's part of the reason why.
The whine, yeah.
I think so. So anyway, that was interesting to learn the other day.
The best way to try that, is just take the fan off and fire it up and see what it sounds like without a fan going through. Just hear the fan itself.
It would be quiet. Oh, with the fans, it would be a lot less. It would still be loud because they're
high RPM fans.
The high RPM fans, right? But that whine that you hear, it makes a total sense now because if it sounds like wind against metal, and if you just listen to it, it's like, holy shit! Like, it's loud. Panda says, dude, my M60s were effing loud. Yeah, the M60 had a huge two giant fans on it. Those fans were really loud. But Helumai says, I'm tired of losing money. Me too, man. It happens. We all lost money building this and getting into crypto, but it's all about pushing through. When you're going through hell, you got to keep going, bro. You can't stop. You know what I mean? It's like driving through a storm. You don't stop when it's raining.
You see all these downflaws. You see pretty much all the ASICs and stuff. So yeah, it'd be good to come to you to see, because I'm curious. What is your most reliable Bitcoin ASIC then, you think, out of the newer generations?
I mean, there's not much on that side that reliable. I mean, I have like some S21 200s that are so great.
We just said the A16s, I guess, were good.
The A16s are good. I'm seeing some good reliability numbers on those. I see the S21 XPs they're hit or miss, but they're easy to fix, and that's not a problem. The most reliable Bitcoin ASIC I've ever hosted, and it was Panda's M60. And that thing is a tank. it's a tank. It's a complete tank. WhatsMiner makes a great unit, and King a long time ago went to the ASIC repair school, and he gave me a lot of knowledge on WhatsMiner. I mean, they're just, as far as quality goes, WhatsMiner I think supersedes Bitmain. The problem is that Bitmain has the efficiency numbers, but WhatsMiner is catching up. So if you got cheap electric, really cheap electric, and efficiency is not really that big of an issue, I would go I fill a farm up with WhatsMiners all day long.
Yeah, but I feel Bitmain, and over the last couple of years, they've been getting high failure rates.
Yeah,
So,
it's quality over quantity. I mean, excuse me, it's quantity over quality. Where WhatsMiner is quality over quantity. And if you take them apart, and you know, because King was showing me this, they're just made to be repaired. They're easily repaired. I would say even more easy than Bitmain. Bitmain just has an abundance of parts, so it drives the cost down on repairs. I mean, I think it was Wilson Mining, and Luke can find this video. Wilson Mining did a test in a sauna with did you ever see this? With WhatsMiner and an S21, and they ran them in a sauna. And I think the WhatsMiner and heat, the WhatsMiner got like 20 degrees hotter and was still hashing, where the Bitmain one just ended up failing. I can't find this. I got to find this video.
That's hilarious.
They're a lot heavier, and they feel like they just feel better made to me. I don't know how to explain it. They just feel better made. And you know, I mean, you'll find it. I think Bitmain has stepped up their quality a little bit. Obviously, they have to, but still had a high failure rates on the S21 XPs. I heard Auradine is really good, but you can't get those on the onesie twosies. You have to buy like 200 of them. Some farms are running those Auradine units that are good. And then now you got Seal Miner coming out. And I just had a client send over 45 Seal Miners. I'm anxious to see what that's going to be.
The new one, like the Seal Miner 2?
A2, Luke would know. I think Luke brokered that one through his company that he works with. But I think it's the A2 Pro. And they're sending them over here. Or actually, Panda brokered that. Sorry.
Yeah,
well, Panda and Luke
A2
worked on it
Pro.
together, I think. So, yeah, the A2 Pro. And a lot of people say the quality on those are excellent. You know,
Interesting.
Rumor has it that they are the old Desway miners. That's what I've heard. I don't know. Do you remember the Desway ASICs? Do you remember those? They had like this. They were the first to have a screen on them, and they were like super quiet. They were at mining. Well, you weren't at Mining Disrupt, but they were at Mining Disrupt like 2 years ago. And they had like this really nice design of like a copper layout on the back of the hash board for cooling, and then like it was blowing cold air out the back of this ASIC. And I'm just like, what the hell? Yeah, it was insane. I think DJ and I on a Mining Disrupt video were there looking at it. I think it was crazy. It was crazy to see the Desway miner. I think Seal Miner either bought them or someone took them over. There's something there because they look eerily similar to the Desway miners, even in like the type of just the whole design looks.
That
like
makes sense. Like, well, is Desway or whatever, are they still around? If not,
no, they're gone. I can't find them anymore.
So that would make sense.
They got bought out.
Maybe, Seal Miner.
I think Bitmain is such a powerhouse. I think what they do is they see a competitor, they buy it out, rebrand it, and then this is like, you know, Dish Network and DirecTV owned by the same company kind of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, but they do well, and the Seal Miners are great dashboard. The only issue I'm having now is the repair side, and who we can get to work on the Seal Miners. But my one of my guys says that he can do it, so we have a remedy for that.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, man. There's a lot. You learn a lot in this industry, man. You see what the competitors are doing. You see the trends. Like everyone thinks that the people are buying. Like we talked about hydro earlier, right?
Yeah.
And these hydro guys, I mean, they're doing it by the field, man. They're putting fields of containers, like hundreds of acres. I was talking to one of the lead Bitcoin reps for North America. Bitmain reps for North America. Because we have significant amount of capacity and land now, and you start getting these calls about people that want to put 20 containers down, and it's just like these crazy calls. And right now, even if I wanted to take that deal, I couldn't take. I don't have the infrastructure installed yet. And there's so much money going into this. It's insane. People don't
Yeah,
even
there
realize.
is. That's a lot.
There's billions and billions and hundreds of billions of dollars being invested into mining still. It's not slowing down. If anything, it has sped up. And
Oh, it is for sure. Like it's crazy, and it just makes you see more open mind. Like home Bitcoin miner, it's not happening.
yeah, it's from the Bitcoin perspective, it's gone. I know the solo miners are winning right now. A lot of people are on that. I even thought about getting one or two for my desk.
Yeah,
But
that's the only thing we have as a home miner.
for Bitcoin, yeah.
That's all we have is a chance for that.
Right. And I think this is where projects like Quai can really start to shine. Right.
Mhm.
Like they could say, hey, got screwed by Bitcoin mining, industrialization, come here with us and we can make this still advantageous for you on the home level. I think they have a real chance to do that.
It is like if they collectively, that's what I have Quai has my full support. Like what they're trying to do, like
Right.
they are pushing pro miner, like 100%.
But I want to heed a warning though, because we've heard this from various other projects.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not saying that Quai is not going to do it. I'm not saying that, but you guys know what projects. You put them in the chat. I'm not going to say it. You know what projects I'm talking about. And we've heard, we're for the crypto miners and the GPUs, and next thing you know, it's gone.
Yeah, Flux.
Tons of projects.
Chlor.
So, yeah, I mean Chlor, yeah. Tons of projects. And I get it. Projects have to adapt or die, and I get it. And the GPU miners, unfortunately, great bunch of people, but everybody sells. Everybody sells for profit. Everybody sells for profit. I don't want to hear, I'm in it for the tech bros. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it because everybody sells for profit. Because if they didn't,
it's a very rare. There are some people that are in it for the tech, but the majority of the people that say it are probably just saying it to bug it. But
I agree.
But you have to have like 1 or 2 cent profit to even be in it for the tech.
Right,
or any power.
Right.
Like, no one can mine because maybe if you have one GPU and whatever, it doesn't matter. But like if you start stacking up hardware and stuff, you're not in it for the tech. You can't afford to be in it for the tech.
Correct. If you're in it for the tech, buy one rig, play with it, have a good time. Pull an overboard tech like he used to do and just play with overclocks all day, right? And that's cool. And that's great if that's what you want to do. Some people like to play CS2. Some people want to mess with overclocks. It is what it is, and that's fine. But I kind of find myself. This is a business for me now, and I find myself with the model that I have with our company is kind of mixed into the two. Like I have a guy that wants to solo mine Bitcoin now at Terra. So I'm like, all right, cool. So guess what Terra is going to do free of charge? We're going to build him a Bitcoin node and we're going to give him the best chance at hitting a block.
Yeah.
And I find that's where I'm interested in that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So clients are doing it. It's advantageous for me. It's advantageous for him. Let's do this. You know what I mean? Panda said, is there any price drop on the L9? Yeah, but like $50. I didn't get an update yet. I'm waiting for Monday. I think they're waiting to see if there's going to be a rebound next week. If there's not a rebound by Monday or Tuesday, we'll see another couple $100 drop in the L9. So if you're waiting to purchase an L9, give it a few days. Hit me up because I only charge like 1% over cost because we just want to get people in the door for hosting. So we give you really good prices on the ASICs.
That's the funny thing with ASIC prices, though, huh? It's like as soon as the coin starts pumping, they waste no time on increasing that price, but they will wait an entire year of crashing before they start dropping.
Oh yeah. Dude, I've been yelled at in Mandarin, God knows how many times. These people, I have orders that I put in, okay? And right before I start sending the money and organizing all the deliveries, oh, hey, Hawk, the factory changed the price. I'm like, I already told the client. You can't just change it. The order's placed already. We don't do business like that in the Western Hemisphere. You can't just place an order and come back. I had this recent issue with with a few different units where clients, they were advertising said hash rate, and then the clients ended up getting a better one because it's a mixed batch, and now they want to charge me more. And I'm like, no. It doesn't work that way. You can't do that.
I've seen that a couple times.
Yeah, and it happens often. So, I kind of, because it wasn't that much more money, I took care of it because I rather, break even on the unit and keep the clients happy in the hosting versus actually just calling you back and say, hey, Rabid, you got to pay me like $300 more. Because then that's just shady business practices. So
that's just like what's going on with the RAM right now. Same thing. Someone ordered, I can't remember, I saw something on Tom's Hardware or something. Someone went and ordered a PC with X amount of RAM in it. And then, or maybe he just ordered a RAM kit. I don't know what it was, but then he paid for it and everything. And then 3 days later, it's like, oh, we need an extra 40%. It's like, what?
Yeah, no, like, it doesn't work that way. Actually, there's laws in the United States against that. You can't do that unless, you explain to them in the beginning, say, hey, you're purchasing this unit. It's a mixed hash rate unit. And this is what I'm going to have to do moving forward, unfortunately. But this is a mixed hash rate unit. If the manufacturer gives you one that's 5 terahash more, you have to pay the difference. If it's 5 terahash less, I'll provide you a credit. And that's how we're going to have to do it on these mixed batches now. And I'm not going to call a client after they just made a large purchase and say, you got to give me, $5,000 more on an order that I've already closed. And we're just not going to do that. So whatever that margin was on the profit, we break even on it. I'd rather do that than have to call and do that. I think it's just bad. I think that's just bad business, but that's how the ASIC people do it overseas.
Yeah, that's the way it is out there. It's crazy. I see that lots of times from Bitmain. Oh, we need an extra 2 gigahash here, so you got to pay an extra 10%. Like, what?
No, it's insane. But I've been yelled at by them, like, Hawk, we can't do that. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not. Then cancel the order and send me the money back. And the minute you start saying stuff like that, they're like, oh, yeah, maybe we'll figure this out. And I'm just like, okay. I'm the intermediary between obviously my clients and the suppliers overseas. And we have people that work for us overseas over there, and people that represent us to help us get the better price. And it's just, even, just like on these phone calls, man, it's just, it's brutal. It's a dog eat dog world. I had one order a long time ago when we first started. We placed an order for one, and then somebody came and offered to pay like $200 more, and they took up my whole supply. And I had to wait 2 weeks for another one to come in. It's just how they do it. They sell to the highest bidder. There's no loyalty. Yeah. And that's how Bitmain is. But with our people there now that we built a good relationship, and now they take care of us because we do a volume number of sales. But
they like the volume.
Yeah, they do. But it's still got to be in the best interest of my clients, or I'm not going to do it.
Well, everyone's like that. It's like back in the F days with a lot of their GPUs. They didn't have any GPUs to sell consumers, but they had a lot to sell to the backdoor people.
Yeah, of course they did. Oh, come on, it was all bullshit. Yeah, it was all bullshit. Nvidia says, "Oh, you guys are messing up our sales," and then they go sell 10,000 units to HUD 8. Like that's what they did, and it's all a game, man.
It's all about volume and who knows who.
Right. It's all a game. It's just all a game. So you got to know, if you know how it works, you can navigate very easily.
Everybody watching this live stream right now, we got 115, 38 likes. Smash the like button. But if you ever need help and tips on anything, get a hold of Hawk.
Yes,
he's the inside person that we all have, I guess, into that whole world right there. It's crazy.
It's a big industry. I try to be fair with everybody. There's obviously, it's not always about kilowatt hour cost as much as it is uptime and service. It's always something to factor in, and it's the price of the unit as well. So things I'm not the cheapest hosting company around. I'm not the most expensive, but I do plant my flag as probably one of the most reliable. So I think there's a lot more value in that. So if you guys got questions or you have anything, even just education, jump into the Terra Discord channel. I'll post the link here in the chat. And you guys can come ask questions, talk to our clients. We're very, my best salespeople are my clients. So go talk to them. If you guys got any questions, let me know. And, we can kind of go from there. But I hope everything works out, man. I hope the market turns around, and stop with the negative stuff. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Bitcoin's going to zero.
No, it's not. Stop. Scaring the shit out of everybody. Stop. I'm like, every time he posts this, I'm like, what is this guy doing?
Go to zero.
Oh my God. So, but it's great, man. Thanks for inviting me. I'll let you go. I got to take care of the kid anyway. And I appreciate being on.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks, buddy. We'll talk soon.
Yeah. See ya.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Hey guys, so what's going down? How'd you guys enjoy the little insight on the ASIC world? Huh? Not bad, huh? There's a lot of stuff going on with hosting I had no clue about. No clue. There's a lot of stuff going on. Rad. Let's go. Okay, Panda, your turn. You coming on the show or what? Speaking of that, Panda, did you hear the intro music? I'm going to play this again for Panda right quick. Listen to this. Listen to this. I'm just gonna run this for a few seconds so we can hear the first couple lines. It's funny. All right, here we go.
Canada flags up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Stand up, Rabid and Panda! We charge like a tender! Hey! Red maple on my back, cold air, hot stack, short line, climbing like a rocket off the tarmac. Phone screen glowing, green bars growing, wallet weight heavy, yeah, the frost can't slow it! Rabid and Panda, pumping up the coins, Canada power, feel it in your joints. From the north side, blasting through the room. Let's go, let's go, let's go to the moon. Hands up high for the pump, pump, pump. Heartbeat racing to the thump, thump, thump. We don't stop till we break that roof. Let's go, let's go, let's go to the moon.
Okay, there's some of it. There's some of it. Oh man, that was made by Red Putts. Everybody, made by Red Putts. Please post the playlist. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. I think Red Putts made that one. So everyone, say thank you to Red Putts for that. Red Putts is the
nuclear power plant miner.
So yeah, awesome. See you, bros. Oh man. Okay, what do we got going on in the live chat here? So yeah, we've been we've been here for an hour and a half. Insane, crazy stuff here. Yeah, let's go nuclear. Go nuclear. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he'll make some more funny ones. I might have to have a different song every stream. We'll see what happens. I like that one though. I like it. That one turned out pretty good. That was pretty sweet. What do we got here? Next song needs some geese and a hawk. Oh man. Mister, yeah, I was gonna stream last night, but then I got back. We did all the church stuff and everything, and then I got back. I was just tired. Hockey game started at 8, and I was like, I got home, fell asleep on the couch, and woke up, watched the hockey game for the Oilers to get their butts kicked severely bad, and then yeah, I didn't stream yesterday though. But anyway, I guess we'll wrap this one up for now, though, guys. I appreciate all you guys for showing up to this live stream. Maybe we'll catch up and do yesterday's live stream tomorrow. We'll see what happens there. But thanks for coming, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Hit that subscribe button on the way out. Rabid out.